everyone. Welcome back to
Hello there.
Where's Live. Hello there, as Mr. Kenobi would say.
I'm like
Mr.
Kenobi.
Don't call me Mr. Kenobi. That's my father.
Hi, Mr. Kenobi.
That's
That's
Mr.
my
Kenobi.
father.
Yeah.
It's funny. The countdown was going, and all I see is Millie going, Tex butt guns. Am I right?
They finally
Okay.
got
Did I
holsters.
miss
Let me
something?
explain. Let me explain.
Oh,
So,
he keeps them on his. Okay, yeah,
let
explain.
me explain. AJ, I'm sorry I didn't get a picture to you before this, but so
Yeah.
I've been chatting with a few friends on Discord recently about this, and through Instagram as well. Tech literally does not have a holster, but he finally got one this episode, and I was like over the moon excited about it. He only has one though, and then all of a sudden he still has one on his back. They are literally just on the back of his belt, and they just sit there. They are on his butt, so they
You
are
think
the
he's
Tech
magnets?
butt guns. And so
Got
magnetic
butt.
when I just promoted the stream it in one of my servers there, the all the rays, because that's what we got. I'm just like come to the stream and watch me chat about Tech's butt guns, and here we are. And we just lost almost every single viewer because
Every
that's
viewer
what we
is
started
gone.
off with.
That's fair.
Well, hey, we're being authentic.
Hey,
Hey,
we're-
Mr.
Very
Kenobi?
clear.
Master
Well, what-
Kenobi?
I mean, I wonder if he means old Ben Kenobi. Well, what an episode! Amazing episode, as we all thought it was going to be. But let's dive into it. Or I wish Matt was here for this.
Scores.
I just want to say, Wrecker's got a point.
Ooh, Johnny's here.
oh, you got a point there.
They've all got a point there.
I got a point there. So let's see. So this is our
Johnny.
hello, Johnny.
Johnny.
This is
I was
our
like, is he ready? Should I throw him in?
Yeah, a little bit. Hold
There
on.
you go.
Sorry. Hi, everybody.
Um,
Sorry.
so
Hold on, Johnson.
welcome
Hi,
Johnny.
hi,
Welcome
hi,
to
hi.
Holland Marauders
Hi.
Live. Sorry
Mike.
for going off about Tech's butt guns immediately, but spoiler alert for episode 14, War-Mantle. This is it, and now the floodgates are officially open.
Can I share?
It
a
starts
video?
with a W, and then an A, and then an R, and an M. Guys, spoilers. That's how you spell War-Mantle. That was a bad
Oof.
joke. It's okay.
I just want to
Too much,
say,
too much thinking.
I totally called it that either Wolf or Gregor was going to show up as part of like forcing them to get more involved. However, I'm bummed that it didn't happen on Camino. So that was.
I'm
that was
glad
also-
it didn't
one
happen
for
on
two.
Camino. I loved like seeing like a different place like that.
It was
Daro.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Is everyone relaxed today? Does anyone need to take a trip to somewhere?
Save it.
Do it, AJ. Do it. I want it. Do
I'm
it.
kind of stressed. I'm kind of stressed.
I've got more than one. Everyone seems a little tense. Let's
Yeah.
I am.
let's take a trip.
Oh no.
The council is not. I understand. One thing I really miss is this again.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Look at him.
Try something
What a
new.
Try something new.
He's right.
How is a
right.
Mandalorian
Take a
sitting on
seat.
this council?
Young fella.
Disrespect to my boy.
That's so good. Everyone said he's right.
Oh, there are no words.
Take in the view, everyone.
Taking that view of nice polluted Coruscant.
Wow.
You go to
No words.
I've been holding on to
so
that one for a
relaxing.
week.
That's a gem.
Holy
He
shit.
has
good
been
bit.
holding
It's
on
a
to
good
that one
bit.
for a week.
That's a
Oh
gem.
my
I'm so glad I
God.
didn't see that.
Wait, why do I still hear it?
It's still playing for you.
It's
playing
still
for me.
playing
It's
in my
just-
head.
It's just
Come on,
yeah.
AJ,
What's
try
going
something
on?
new.
Chris in
Pressed
here.
into my brain.
So back to the episode.
Yeah.
Right. So
Can we go back after
Can
that?
we, yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I
can
mean, stream
Oh,
over.
okay.
Jamie, bring down the axe. That's it.
all right, goodbye
drop the
everybody.
mic.
That's it. Goodbye everybody. No, I'm kidding.
Ah,
But wow. So again, so I told you to save that video, AJ. Like there's
No, we had to show it. We had to.
I love
Okay.
Ted.
Also, let me give credit to Jar Jar Studios on YouTube for that, by the way.
yeah,
They made a lot
Well-
of funny ones like that, so go check that out.
it's a fun rabbit hole going on with that video. So, speaking of spelling War-Mantle, Levi, literally the first reaction that I had, like upon like the title popping up, I was like, "Oh, there's a dash in between."
I know that was. It was like, wait, oh, that's how you spell it. Okay.
Oh,
A hyphen.
that's how it
oh,
works.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
that-
think it
that
was?
just struck me a
Oh,
little
did you
weird.
I thought
think it was
two
one
words. Yeah, I
word?
thought it was
One
two
word,
words.
two
Oh,
words.
2 words.
Yeah, because like
Guys.
I made the link for this stream yesterday, and it was literally like, oh, I spaced it out, and then I'm like, I gotta go back and change it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
How about that opening though?
Yeah,
very,
I was gonna.
very ET.
I
Yeah.
didn't know who to start, but yeah, that was probably the best opening to an episode in the show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
And,
scary.
and I didn't even
usually
realize
the
it was
white-
Gregor until
No, me
much
neither.
later, but,
Well, no,
I
yeah.
didn't know it was Gregor
found
by that
out-
point,
We
for
found
sure.
out when
Yeah.
they said the number, Johnny.
Yeah.
When they
Well,
said
yeah, I had
that,
to look
yeah.
that up.
Right, but at first
didn't
you were
know
like,
my
"Who is
number.
that?" Like,
In the cold open, you have no idea what's going on. You just
Right,
see a clone
right.
running,
You-
and then
you
you
find
get
out, like,
other
next
white
to me.
armor
But it,
holding
like,
on
looks
to the
like
reins of
close.
these
Yeah.
of these beasts.
The massive.
Were they massives? Okay.
Yeah.
Were those
and,
were those the same ones from like the Mandalorian that the
Yeah,
Tusken
Tusken
Raiders
Dog.
had?
yeah, the Tuscan
yeah,
dogs.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
same
Yep.
type?
Yeah,
Love
and I loved how they
Good
didn't
boys.
show the
good
you
boys.
know, the helmet from the new armor.
Total
Yeah.
aside,
Oh,
have you,
yeah,
have you
Oh,
guys,
really
we're
cool to
jumping
see.
there.
have you guys seen
Well,
the
that
behind
was
the
they were
scenes
in it, so
of Mando where it's
We
just
can.
the dogs with the little green dots? It's like the cutest thing. It's,
Yeah.
like, it's just the
We're talking
dogs
about
on
this-
set, and Mando's like, "Hello."
Are we talking about this new armor, guys?
I guess we're talking
want
about that
to. We
already.
kinda
so
have to.
toss
That's
that in
okay.
First,
there.
though, I
we
can I
can
talk
go
about the
slow. I didn't
Jack,
mean
can
to.
Yeah.
you do your no? I got Jack. Can you do your best
Wait,
clone impression of the binoculars out? Oh, they got new armor because that was I forget what the line in the episode was, but
What was it? It was like, oh, was it Tech who said it or
I
someone?
think it was
yeah.
Echo.
everyone pull
What
out
was
their
that, Echo?
binoculars for this
Echo
one.
had the-
They've got a new armor. There it is. I just have to,
That is Yes.
channel my name, Timmy Morrison.
Exact
In a minute.
clip
They
from
got
the
new
episode.
armor.
Thank you. For
But-
that.
But actually, Lego
That was
related.
The actual armor.
This is so
Yes.
cool because it's just as it was described, where it looked more like the Imperial Cadet helmet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's Macquarie. That's straight up Macquarie, man.
Yeah,
up before.
love
Yeah.
it.
Well, the
And then
cadet-
Clone Commandos.
yeah, the
This is
Yeah.
such an interesting
We haven't seen
blend.
Commandos in so long.
I wanna
No.
mention
Since
a
the
bit.
Delta Squad
I think
appearance.
the first you're talking about the cold opens before we get too far away.
Thank you.
I
Echo.
agree. I think this is the
Yeah.
best one, but
No,
I think
let's go
maybe
far away.
the better one was the one with Ruby that wiped everybody's minds. That was because it has the power to wipe minds. Everyone just it's like
Yeah,
whoa,
everyone forgot about that.
Everyone forgot that it
So
happened.
forgettable.
Hmm.
It wasn't though. Like
It wasn't though.
No.
you know what wasn't like Gonki. We'll get
Oh,
into
look.
this.
Oh,
We'll get into
Gonki
that
had a
later.
moment, and I,
It's
and
too
I
early.
immediately thought of you when
It's
Gonki had
too
the moment.
early.
I immediately
gotta
thought of
say,
you guys.
The entire like fandom owes me like an iced coffee or something because I've been
That's a
yelling
lot of
about
coffee.
The entire
Gonki
fan-
being
that's
the
a-
key. Yes, I've been
that's a
yelling about Gonki is the key to like everything in this show since like we first saw Gonki. So
He saved the day.
You did.
we'll
Although
talk
it was-
about more about
It was
that later.
Omega and Gonki, I guess, because Omega
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah, yeah.
Gonki, get
But-
to work."
Gonki
So
literally
what-
like,
I
he,
feel
like,
like-
zoomed down like the ship like really
Yeah.
quickly, and then Omega's like,
up.
"Oh my god, right, we have a droid that's literally a power droid."
The
I
only
feel like we
time
Walking
haven't
battery.
seen the power droid really being used.
the
I feel
only
like that was
time
the first
I
time,
think
right?
no, the only other time that a
Oh,
gonk saved
hold
the
on.
day is it's got to
Matt.
be.
Hey,
What's up, Matt?
Hey Matt,
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
It's
hey Matt,
gotta
when
be-
um
No, go ahead.
You've missed some
I was-
stuff.
you missed
Oh,
the.
boy.
You missed the best video of all time,
Yeah.
Yeah, pays to be on time.
We'll
for
play
that.
it. We'll play it again later.
and that's not even a joke.
Maybe.
I know that deserves
Maybe.
to be played again later at the end of the stream. Anyway,
Lee, I continue.
yeah, the only other time I could think of in the episode while I was watching it that a gonk saved the day like that was when those Tabana gas gonks in season 1 of the Clone Wars in Rookies, when Heavy blows them up, they saved the day. Those gonks,
Yeah.
those gonks
Yeah.
got used.
Those
I know
gonks.
a.
They
I know
gave their
a
programming.
non-canon
Did we-
gonk that saves the
Did
day.
Did we already
Yeah, but
talk
like I don't
about?
know, like actually, their like intended purpose.
Did we already talk
being
about
used,
Power
I think,
Trip?
was the first time.
Yeah, right.
Because we have to talk
Thank
about
you.
Power Trip.
Power
No, we
trip.
didn't talk about Power Trip.
Trip
Eating the mic.
true-
he's
It's
on
your
Holland
gonk hero.
Marauders.
So, Power Trip, in case you guys aren't aware, is a short made by our friend Ryan, which is on our YouTube channel, in which a gonk droid saves the day. And literally this morning at like 8 a.m., I got a text from Brian that was literally like, I was cheering so loud that Gonki saved
I'm
the day.
offended. He
Like,
didn't text
yeah.
me.
He didn't text AJ, he just texted me, and I'm like,
Oh.
haha, look
Are
at
we going
that.
full Gonki right now?
It's nuts.
Are we
Full
full
gonk.
Gonki?
I remember gonk droids in the Dark
Because-
Forces series were easy battery sources.
They are just big
Blow 'em
batteries.
up.
Yeah.
You guys saw on Twitter, Brent
Exactly.
made kind of at my request. Brent made a great edit.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
amazing. New phone
That's-
background.
Spectacular.
Oh
Because
my
I
God,
Brent,
retweeted
this is
the-
incredible.
I retweeted the
I-
thing about who would hold
Oh my
it.
God.
I was like, Donkey. And
I've
then
been laughing about this so long.
I haven't seen that. That's
God,
awesome.
I haven't
Are
seen
you
that either.
are you Omega, god of donkeys?
and then later on, I just kind of made this for fun.
God of-
Very 80s vibe. So
So perfect. Brilliant.
That song has been used in so many trailers recently. That's perfect.
I know.
I need a donkey.
yes.
Do we know if
Gonna
he's okay?
follow me through the night.
I don't know if he's
He's
okay.
Gotta be
He's
square.
gotta
and
be
he's
short,
gotta be
and he's
short.
gotta be stubby.
And he's gotta be saying bonk.
I need a dog.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
god, this
Gotta
goes
be
this
I need a
goes just
Polynesian
develops over
spa.
time. Those
Guys,
those
we-
stormtroopers were not there before.
We have like covered the entire episode, and it's only been 10 minutes. Okay, so
Have we?
Wait, not.
let's
Oh,
go
and now
from the
I'm-
beginning.
We said
No.
we
Oh,
went-
I
we
got
wanna
something.
talk
I
about.
got something from the
we
early
said,
parts.
how about that opening? Also the
Yeah.
end.
Hunter,
The Polynesian spa.
Also, a little bit of the middle.
Hunter was totally just going against his word. Like, sure, he put Omega on backup, but like she very clearly wanted to be part of the main group, and he promised her that wasn't going to happen anymore.
Do it, Millie.
Yeah,
Do
this
it.
was.
I mean, this was probably one of their most dangerous missions
The
yet, so I
conqueror,
can
conky?
understand the
Thor
hesitance.
Omega.
But it's like,
Thor
damn it,
Omega.
Hunter, you
Thor
keep
Omega.
flip flopping.
I know. I'm,
Maybe-
I'm with you.
maybe
I'm
she
with you,
lost.
Jack. This
Maybe
is
she
another
lost.
week of like Hunter being a suck. Like he's not. He's,
Although
really,
he was doing some good tracking. though.
He
So,
did do
yeah,
good
yeah.
hunting.
Hunter
Yeah.
finally
He
got
did.
to use that
he,
tracking
he
ability
sniffed
again.
a stick. He sniffed
One
a stick, and
sniff.
he's like, "It's that way."
He was like,
Which
it's Gregor.
is really
That way.
impressive.
Well, what's the sniff count at that?
One sniff for
Oh.
one
Ooh, we need a
sniff
Hunter
for
sniff
Hunter.
count.
New sniff count.
Just new sniff count. One
Yeah,
sniff
the
for
first
Hunter this
one. Wow.
episode.
Yeah, 'cause it's all
Bad
Echo.
Batch sniff count.
Oh, I
I
forgot
started-
about the sniff counter.
Echo was
that's
probably getting
right.
jealous. That's why he started guilt tripping them so much this episode.
But really though, Hunter literally still has no idea like what to like think half the time, I feel. Because he listens to each person and he's like, okay, like
Very
considers
conflicted.
it. And then of course Wrecker's just like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I love
Yeah, that was great.
Everybody's got a good point.
The only reason that Hunter even decides to go is because Omega pretty much is like, we have to do this. And Hunter's like, don't twist my arm. And so he'll do it like
No, I
for
mean
her.
Echo too, though. Don't forget about Echo because this was
Echo
an
gave
Echo
him the stare.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Echo was like,
Echo-
I trust Rex. You better trust Rex. I gave my life for that dude.
Echo
like-
gave
and
Hunter
you-
pretty much a hypothetical
Oh, like-
kick to the balls like this week, like 3 or
Yeah.
4 times. Like
Yeah.
He's like,
it needs
he
to
oh
be
should've.
yeah,
done.
just like Skekko Minor.
You should,
It
you should
really-
take it-
Remember that? Remember
Yeah.
that
it re-
mission?
that hit deep. That hit deep for sure.
It hit
you should take
really-
it. I want to go a little bit chronologically because there is something we missed
Yeah.
already, which is that amazing moment where Hunter's spinning the knife and Omega takes the skunk
Oh my
and tries to
God.
spin it like him. And I was like,
love
That was
I
cool.
didn't
That
see
is-
her try.
oh,
That's
it's so
right.
cute. She like tries
It's
to
so
spin
good.
it like him.
She,
but
like-
she can't do it. Yeah.
She like looks
Yeah.
at him, and then she looks at her
She's,
thing,
like,
and she's
doing,
like,
the thing the entire time, just like,
starts
oh,
like
here I
trying
go.
to spin it. It's great.
Aw.
Yeah,
I-
that's what it cut from the intro. And also
Right.
Yeah.
another point on they are
Yeah.
still doing
That's
missions.
the count. There we
They
go.
are still doing missions for Sid. I didn't catch this line till the second time. But
Yeah.
they're in the middle of a Sid mission, and
Mhm.
so that implies even more time has passed because Sid
Right.
not only is back in charge, but they're like, we're doing one of our routine Sid missions so we can eat food.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
that was such an important like point in the episode because it's like how are they gonna eat? It was such a good point.
Yeah, so
And
they
it makes
don't
more
owe
sense-
Sid anymore, but they just
Right.
trying to make money. I mean, like time progression with that, and then also Tech has a holster, so he had to make that at some point in time.
I think at
Butthole.
this point it's been 6 months. I think I can say solidly. I think we're at
Yeah.
Oh yeah, still no new arm for Echo.
Let's say so as well.
Only what 2
It's been
episodes?
6
3
months.
episodes left. 2
Two
But
episodes.
there still
episodes,
is.
yeah.
Two eps.
All right.
Here we go, AJ. What
Yeah, it's not like
contrived
they're
joke
gonna
will this
tweet over
be?
their thumbs. Hunters.
I
in
don't.
jail.
I apparently didn't. I failed, you guys, and I didn't pull up the picture of Camino, the great shot of the best
Ah.
shot we've ever had of Camino with the
Mm.
Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aren't the
Mm.
ones we thought yet, but
I love
So-
how
Right.
sinister Camino has become.
I know. Seriously,
Definitely.
where are they
Everything
packing up
about-
and moving out to now?
Makes me sad though.
I think we'll find out. I think it's wherever
Yeah,
Hunter
that's-
will be. Because I
Yeah.
don't think Hunter is just on Darrow in that facility. I think that'd be weird. Because
It's in
not
New
only
I
One.
think
did
he's on. I
not
think he's
only
on a
did that-
Star Destroyer.
yeah,
or
not
something like that.
not only did they
Okay.
the Bad Batch break into that facility and break out, which would be weird to keep the guy who just broke out of it in that same
Yeah.
place, which his team knows.
That makes
But
sense.
like Crosshairs there, I think they would also just want to change up the scenery.
I think
Yeah.
they would
I
want to
think
keep
it's- I think
Crosshair would
it's-
want to keep close to Hunter, so I feel like he'd want to be.
maybe
Yeah.
it is it is
Wherever.
on a Star Destroyer.
I think so. I think that'll be revealed next step.
I think that would be the best location.
Coruscant.
next step.
Meet in between.
Maybe.
Coruscant. Oof.
Not
think
yet.
we're
Not,
That's too
Yeah.
We're
big. I
staying
don't know.
Rimward right now.
just throwing it out there.
One thing
I like
about
it,
like
though. I like
the
that idea.
Camino
Yeah.
so far, with just like seeing the still Republic not gunships. Well, yeah, but still the Republic cruisers like overhead. But like all of the other ships, you have
gray.
like the blend of like the Republic ships and then also Empire ships so far. But everything is gray. Nothing is customized or
Yeah.
painted, and it's just like so sad to like see. And
Sid equals Mr. Krabs.
All right, goggles.
oh no.
Money.
Rhea Perlman, Mr.
You owe
Krabs.
me 15 cases of our Mantel mix.
It's my
Guys.
secret formula.
And someone's across the street trying to get the recipe. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
I don't know
Meeber
where to go
Where's
with
the
this.
spice
Oh,
crabs?
It's
Meeber
Meeber.
Gascon.
It's Meeber Gascon. He
I
wants
got the
the.
bikes on me.
He wants the.
Where's the spice?
I had it ready, guys.
That's him looking for the Mantel mix. He wants it.
Give
Is it
me,
in your
give me
eyes,
the
Gregor?
spice.
Where is
Get
it?
his spice. Arr.
I know you have it here somewhere.
Whoa, Johnny, where's that hat from? We just saw
What?
that.
Johnny,
What
watch
happened?
out behind you. He's
What
coming for
happened?
you.
Watch out.
No, wait.
He's coming for the recipe.
Wait, I
Whoa.
gotta highlight this. So
Whoa.
wait. There
Whoa,
he
what
is.
happened?
Whoa.
Sorry.
As you can see, chat, we're getting used to. Well, we're getting used to and not used to StreamYard at the same time. so-
We're not getting used to it at all. We're trying.
We're
Using all the
we're
gadgets.
literally in the same position. So
Yeah, it's only been what, like 3 or 4 months we've been using StreamYard.
We've been doing the same thing every time. Right. So
Oh, Scorch.
chronologically, let's check
right
these
back to the
out.
episode. That's right.
So-
We're talking about that, right?
No,
We're
keep it
talking about-
chronological. Keep it chronological.
I think at this point we can
No
talk
Scorch,
about
no
them.
Scorch.
Levi says we're not going
Yeah,
in
not
depth
yet.
enough, guys. We're not going in depth
Okay,
enough.
that's why I'm like, let me roll it back and go chronologically. We talked about the. I have a question actually.
It's my
we
fault
didn't
for-
cover. So,
first.
um, Gregor
Yeah.
plants a
That's Bob.
distress signal.
Omega picks it up later.
And Omega picks it up.
Mhm.
There's a very good shot of a Tech's butt gun in that scene, actually. But how does the transmission make it off the planet? Because all of Tech's signals are he can't get through because everything is being jammed for him. So how does that signal
Transmits
make
to
it
Rex,
through?
It doesn't transmit to.
But
them.
they're outside.
So
Doesn't the signal only get jammed on the inside or like closer to it?
Either
I don't
way,
know.
that
Yeah, it was outside.
transmission wasn't to the batch though. It was to
right,
Rex.
it was to Rex. So
Right.
when did Rex and Gregor meet up? Because I have a question.
I
When
had that question
Gregor's
as well.
arc ends, what
That's
happens?
what I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I
he
don't know.
mentioned there's a throwaway line where he's like,
He
"I
dies.
survived an explosion once. I can
Yeah.
survive this."
I love that because
Um,
Echo was just like, "What?"
And clearly, I mean, that explosion knocked his head loose a little more. Like already he had amnesia, but now it's like that's what messed him up. So yeah, I was thinking about that too. So clearly, either the late Republic or the early Empire rescued Gregor, and because they put him back in commando armor and wanted him for this program, like, hey, come train. So I think sometime like before then or after then, because Rex is clearly putting together the rogue clone battalion, as I've been saying. Like he is collecting the clones that are free because he wants to fight back with his brothers. Like I think next episode, if we see him, if they drop them off or drop Gregor off, like, he could be with Wolf already. I think he could have Wolf with him.
Yeah, I could see that.
Where do you
But-
think
What-
Rex
'cause-
was at the beginning?
Yeah, I
of
was
this
gonna say,
But,
what is Rex doing?
Exactly. What is Rex doing?
What has him tied up?
I think before this, though, I think during this Imperial era, Rex could have run into Gregor because he mentions knowing clones that aren't sort of down with the system and they don't have the chip. And I think there's just there's enough time in there where Rex could be like, "Hey, Gregor, my guy, you're clone, you're out there," and then they go separate ways. But because he said like he's in trouble, like it wasn't like maybe Gregor was like, "I gotta try and see this through. I want to still try to do my duty," but he said pretty quickly, "I was like, no, this is bad," and maybe that's where we are.
I
now.
love how like that line was in there. Excuse me, someone's gone by. I love how that line was in there. How like Gregor literally is just like, "Yeah, I train these guys, but like once I realize like what's going on, I'm out." Like he's just like, "No, it's not for me." So
So
and I
again,
love how there was
this comes
literally a
back
line
to
that
like
was just. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
this comes back to the chips. What's going on?
He got all
It doesn't
messed up
seem as
in the head.
foolproof as we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't work for
Gregor-
everyone.
Yeah, he was a little crazy in this episode.
He's always
Yeah,
Gregor's always been a loose wire. I mean,
I love
I'm
hearing
not
his-
surprised that his didn't work.
and he's
I love
so
his
is-
voice and
Is
his
it like
laugh.
the
Yeah.
early? No, because Rex like totally like went with his chip, like
Yeah,
100%.
Rex chipped out. He full chip.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about like
It was like Chip
where,
Ahoy.
dude, major
Yeah, I'll just keep
chips
going.
Ahoy.
I'll just keep going with these chip puns. Keep
But
going.
like, why do some chips work and some chips not? And they don't really explain it or anything.
Well, I feel like in the case, there's explanations for all the clones that we've had. Excuse me. Like Cut was away from it so long that he sort of reprogrammed his own mind because that's the way I took that because he was out. He was like, nope. He's always been a free thinker. And then Gregor is just like this madman. He's always clearly that explosion knocked him loose, and even in Rebels. Yeah, in Rebels, clearly his brain is deteriorated even more. But he does have the scar where the chip is out. But because he doesn't have it. Yeah, he doesn't have it out yet. But Rex is like still taking out the precaution, just like the Bad Batch, how they had their chips in, but not all of them were working.
Like
I went on a rant about this today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on about these Echo's hand attachments, new arm.
It could still happen. Look, anything
It's
could
gonna be the
happen.
big season finale.
But even then,
They
like the
did.
toys, they work with as much information as they're given at the time, and there's bound to be inaccuracies. I mean, Hot Toys is famously known for being the most accurate of any
yeah.
toys
But
out
also,
there.
I just feel like that isn't really like a thing
I'm not
that you
shocked.
would screw up. I don't know. Like
That's like
I don't know
a
if
big
it's screwing up. Maybe they just made a choice, like, oh, maybe this toy will sell better if it has a cooler attachment. I don't know.
I mean, the guy has like a sledgehammer.
He has
on him.
he has
Like
he has a slew of gadgets. He's literally like Inspector Gadget, like a clone version. I don't know.
What if Rex was getting Wolf at the beginning? Okay, so maybe he's
Oh,
the-
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah,
just
maybe
putting
that's
up
where he's
Wolf,
tied up.
kind of like
Is that not what I
Yeah.
just?
That's what Levi
it's
said.
kind of what
Pretty
you
much,
said.
but you
with
said he was
Wolf.
already there.
I don't listen to
Not
Wolf.
that
why
he's
they
No,
have
I
trying
said,
to
the
I
Rex
said, I
doing
said
one.
next episode. Like next episode.
Yeah, so
when we get
we'll
to
see
that.
what Rex
right,
was doing.
right.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
I got to assume that he was getting a clone of some sort because he's like, I'm.
Because
getting-
okay,
Yeah.
actually,
And you hear
I
the
think
Gotta
that's-
get small.
And you hear the
I
blinking.
think that's
he's
his
like,
whole
"Gotta go."
thing. It's just he's
that would make a
collecting
lot of sense.
clones.
Yeah,
That would make a lot
no,
of sense
I-
actually if they go to follow that next episode. Sorry, Johnny. But
okay.
like because like this one starts with Gregor and then they go to follow up with Gregor, and so since the way that this episode ends, the batch straight up is like, well, what are we gonna do? Like, and so they're gonna go find Rex like immediately. Like that's the only thing that they can do. So
Yeah.
Mm.
I think
So this
Red
is
has a
kind of the
take on the
beginning. This is kind of
chips.
the beginning of the season finale, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
absolutely.
The three.
Definitely.
It's a 3-part. I think that's pretty.
it's like Rebels season 1 where the
Yeah.
third to last episode, Kanan gets captured, and then the last two are 2-part where they rescue him. It's
Yeah.
like that.
I
they
think
are kind of doing
I
that
am in
again.
pain.
my take on the chips is kind of just. I mean, not to compare it to real life and like what we're going through and the vaccine, but like,
They're
it's not.
microchips.
It's not.
What
There's
are
like
not
a small.
not to compare,
Not
but
that-
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
just not,
yeah.
I
There's
feel
a
like not to
small,
compare.
no, there's a small like percentage.
Chip.
If you do the math of stuff, it doesn't work 100%. With the chip, thousands
same
and thousands and thousands of clones have the chip, and there's going to be like a handful that don't work, and we've seen the handful. Hauser.
Oh yeah, there's always
Uh,
gonna be variants. That's just
yeah,
how
Yeah,
it
but like
works.
with Hauser's,
Yeah.
like is it
So
just
that's-
because his hair's a little unkempt and he likes Baja Blast? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think
The
it's
Baja
enough to show
Blast
that he was
cancels
going to have
the chip
a
out.
bad chip.
The best variant is Alligator Loki. The worst variant is the Delta variant. That's where we are right now.
Mm.
There you go. There you go. That's
For
the best
sure.
statement you can
Yeah.
make.
Yeah, mate, do
Um,
you type out that whole thing each time? or
Delta
do you have that
variant.
Copy and pasted. Somewhere. Yeah, good
Delta
Delta.
variant.
Good Delta.
Delta.
Good
Boy,
Delta
that
pull.
took a
Delta
second.
variant.
Holy
I love how
crap.
we like moved on, and then came back. But doesn't AZ get
AZ
blasted away in like the first episode by like the
yeah,
troopers?
I think so.
I think it was
Props,
just
Yeah, well, I was
fun.
hoping it was gonna get
props for
repaired.
typing all those numbers after.
He got blasted in Clone Wars too. He's
No, he
fine.
didn't.
He comes back.
He
Yeah, he
didn't-
does.
He did not
He'll
get
only get
blasted in
repaired
Clone
if there's
Wars
budget for it.
because
I
can't remember.
thought he got wrecked.
he goes to get decommissioned, and then he helps
they're gonna decommission.
Fives and all that jazz, and like Fives gets brought off to Coruscant, and AZ is just like, all right, see ya, and like they
Yeah.
don't do anything with him. He just gets
he's
reprogrammed,
fine.
and then
He's
Fives
fine.
rides him like a bike.
Right, yeah.
I love-
remember
yeah,
that
little
part.
water ski.
I love that. I love
The,
that so much.
The Kaminoans sure took their sweet time waiting to try and escape.
I know.
Yeah. I love how they're like,
Like-
don't cause a ruckus, but
That's
we're gonna
funny.
leave.
Hey, I know it's like the last possible second that we could have tried to escape, but we gotta escape.
Right.
It's
AZ
now,
did
yeah.
show up.
And then Nala Say
Doing
messes it all up, and Lamasu has to pay for it. Great
Well, no,
job.
You can see that
He
moment
doesn't.
where Lamasu's like, you fucked it up.
Did we hear the blasters go off? I was like
No,
listening.
but
I'm
I
like,
I
said
don't
this.
think-
I've
I
been
don't
saying
think he's
this.
dead.
I don't
Okay.
think he's
Yeah.
dead
All implied. It was implied.
until you hear the blaster.
Mm.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
think he wasn't.
I just said
I agree with
implied. I
Johnny.
didn't say confirmed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get heated like that.
No, no.
It's absolutely implied, and you could take it as just Disney trying to pull a punch of someone dying, but they're
I
not
don't
afraid
know.
to show.
Until you
Senator
hear the
Todd
blaster
gets
fire,
shot right in
dude,
the head,
I'm not sure.
yeah,
I feel like
that's
there's
Scott,
still
they
a
are
role.
slow.
that's what I'm saying. They should have waited. They
punches.
should have done it like a week earlier. We
Mm.
have to get started,
Like,
otherwise we're
Maybe
gonna
they
get caught.
stunned him like
Can you
everybody
imagine-
else in this episode.
I know, but
You
we didn't hear
know-
we didn't hear the stun sound either.
Can you
I
imagine
think,
if
I
all
think they
of
might
the-
be
real
loyal
close.
to. I don't know.
Can you imagine if all of the Kaminoans were voiced by Christopher Walken? That'd be great.
Could you imagine?
I
Yeah.
guess
We have to
Yes, I could.
clone the people.
We
Now they all
they're
slow.
not
You got the
gonna.
clone.
They're not gonna
And-
take offer.
The
So we're
Empire.
getting written
Yeah,
out of
They'll
all
leave
the
it at
contracts.
Camino.
We help them to our own detriment.
It's a
At least they didn't
travesty.
flamethrower him. True.
It's
Like,
totally
I've heard that
unfair.
too.
We have descended into chaos. This is
It's-
hell.
We speak
So
very
it is-
slow.
Don't give me an
Overall,
opportunity.
Are we in
Super
depth enough,
interesting.
Levi?
This is now this
I
is
love
deep.
Now this is-
how
Now we're
This is in
deep.
depth. Now we're deep
Yes,
in
sir.
it.
Go
This
on,
is the
Jamie.
kind of conversations that Levi
Okay,
likes.
Jamie.
into the thick of it.
Yes.
Into the thick of it. Okay. I love how none of you got that because none of you like watched.
No,
videos on TikTok, so
No,
whatever.
I got it.
You got that? There you
Yeah.
go. Anyway,
didn't.
so
I'm not on TikTok, but I got
What
it.
do you mean?
Anyway, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, so I love how the batch is still stunning everyone. They are like refusing to
Well,
actually like shoot
yeah.
any
Some
of the
of
other
them.
clones
Record.
Although-
Record
was
didn't.
given-
Record
Record
just.
because he saw that it was utter chaos and like
Mm.
they were getting live rounds shot at them and like I love how all of that was
True.
happening.
There's no time. Yeah.
Why
It
did
was an
they stun
interesting little
everybody?
detail that they had the batch be on stun and then Wrecker was not.
Just
Why do they
purpose
stun
logic.
everyone?
It's chaos.
It doesn't make any sense.
I-
They're still
think
pulling
it's just
punches
like a
because they don't
moral
know
thing.
who's a clone and who's not
It
yet.
does.
Like,
In
I
that-
know.
been
But
kind
they
of explained, but they
confirm-
still can't be 100%.
In the first half of the show, the batch was just killing fools. They were killing people. Watch
Yeah.
all the episodes up through the Braca arc. They are just murdering fools. I mean, full on. You see them get blasted. Wrecker's throwing people out of windows. Like they're dead. And then they make an effort after episode 9 when Omega gets captured. Something happens in between then, and I think it's just that you see it happening in the show. Like they
That's a
want
good
to be
point.
the good guys. Every time they
Omegas.
intersect with like these rebellion adjacent people, and they're like, "You guys got to be good. You got to choose the right side." And Hunter's like, but like they still are making the effort to try and be good, and that's the stun thing. Like
I can't believe
when they can, it's a choice. It's not like it's a weird argument. People are like, the show is they're afraid to kill people. Watch the first half of the show. Fennec Shand is murdering people. The freaking Elite Squad's murdering people. The Bad Batch is murdering people. It's an animation choice to
Yeah.
have them stun now because I think they want to be good guys. And you
At
see,
this moment.
like case in point, Wrecker in that heated moment just comes out blasting, and you see those
Yeah.
people get blasted.
So then I started.
Anyway, it
realizing-
just started blasting.
Yeah, it's very-
Blast 'em.
yeah, it's a choice from
I
the
guess
batch.
I don't
like
really
the good
see
guys.
why stunning stormtroopers makes you a good guy though.
They don't want to just kill people.
I
You're
mean,
being a
like, yeah, they're not
pacifist.
killing.
So
Pacifism's pretty great if you're
it's
trying to be a
okay
good
to
guy.
kill stormtroopers.
I feel like
I'm
that
saying that right
like,
now.
Oh, that's
shows,
that's
like, if you're
kind
good
of
or
not
bad, if
really
you kill
true
people or
though.
not.
If you
I
like
love
the
when,
Force Awakens,
So a big piece
It's
of
okay.
this.
I'm 100% okay with what Finn does to
Or what
all
Rebels-
this. All
no,
of
my
his-
point.
What?
They try
My
not
point
to
is
comrade.
that the whole thing about Finn's initial arc in the Force Awakens is that stormtroopers actually have a face behind that. Even though they're made to be faceless, there's still a person behind that who's being indoctrinated by an evil fascist regime. So.
Yeah. But if they're
we should
shooting
still
at you-
empathize with them. Oh, sure, but if you have the option to stun and you're a
Not
good
kill.
enough shot, because
Yeah.
stunning is admittedly difficult to pull off,
I
but
guess.
they're
It's-
all elite
There were
troopers.
a
They can
few
do that.
Let me
interesting
say, it's
stun
like real
situations.
life. If you kill people, you might be a bad person. If you don't,
The ends
if-
don't always justify the means.
If you kill
And the
Nazis,
Jedi
Like,
don't
you're
kill.
gonna
you're
be
not a bad
person.
person.
I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
call
this
me
very
crazy.
We're in
Call
Star
me
Wars,
crazy,
Matt.
but
We're
I
in
feel like
Star
that
Wars,
might
and
make
it's a
sense.
morality tale.
I know.
and you try not to kill.
But we,
Yeah,
we
Matt.
never questioned like
Stunning-wise.
Luke running around the Death Star mowing down stormtroopers, or anybody else in any of the other
Well,
movies mowing
technically-
down.
Well, I
you know,
feel
but
like
that's-
it's more
that's
emotional
the
for
whole-
the clones because they
What
have.
is going
I don't
on?
know.
Sorry,
Is that I just want to highlight. Sorry to
Yep.
bring up this entire stunning situation, but
No, I think
Gregor gets
I'm
stunned right in
stunned,
the very
frankly.
beginning, just on the legs, and he just
Yeah,
keeps
and the
running,
gonads.
and he
He's
keeps
outta here.
running, and then he
That was a
eventually gets
good
like knocked
joke.
out, and he
Yeah.
he just makes it.
The commandos are tough. Yeah.
Then when they're fighting Scorch, which we haven't even mentioned yet, it takes like 6 shots to of stun shots
Bro,
to
what a
get him
beast.
out.
yeah.
Absolute king.
Scorch.
So Scorch.
There he goes.
Not go
I don't
down
know where this
easy. huh?
picture's from. I don't know where I got this, but it's someone's computer screen. But yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Computer screen.
Also, just one final note on the stunning thing. George Lucas's biggest regret about the original movie, and this is from his interview with Paul Duncan in the Star Wars Archives book, is that he showed faced people getting killed, like in the Death Star, like when they're like when Han, Chewie, and Luke show up in the cell
Like
block, and then
the
you see like the
officers?
officers
Right.
die.
Yeah.
Oh.
He hated that. He was
Look,
like,
Again,
he
I
was like,
get
I
it.
just don't want
But
the.
that's why you put the helmets on them.
Well, exactly. And
so you
George,
can
George
kill
was
them
like, well, they could be,
indiscriminately.
back in
Well,
the
of course.
70s, like they could be robots. You don't
Right.
want to tell kids to hurt people, and so having that, and later on in like the prequel era, the Jedi make such an effort to not kill people. You see it in the
And
High Republic,
also,
like,
you
it's
know,
the good guys don't do the killing.
and then Lucas made the bad guys
Those
in the
bad.
prequels robots, so they could literally just hack and slash
Exactly.
Right.
scores
Exactly.
of bad guys without
I
looking
think-
like they're like.
And
You
I
know,
don't think the Bad
dicing
Batch
people
pulls
up.
punches when it needs to. It's just you want to see that the good guys are stunning. not
You
just
want to see
killing.
them try when they can, because it's
Right.
easy to just shoot guns blazing
Yeah.
with no
I mean,
safety.
in Mandalorian, they mow down stormtroopers pretty fine.
But
Those
the
aren't-
Mandalorian
those
is
aren't
not
like the good guys.
He's not an
Again,
inherently
I
good
just feel like
person.
it's different and more
Yes, he is.
personal
Din
for the
Djarin is a
clones.
good dude.
No,
Din
Din
Djarin-
Djarin's
he's
a
not.
good
Din's on the
guy.
edge.
Din Djarin's a
Listen,
bounty hunter. Like,
listen.
Din Djarin's
Bounty
got
That's
hunter.
a
Ah.
story for another day, but he is not exactly a perfect individual.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely
he's
not.
trying his
his-
best.
After his switch with Grogu, I don't see him going back to
Dude,
bounty
the dude
hunting
was
or doing
raised in a
anything.
cult. The man's a cult.
All
Yeah,
he cares-
that's the whole
Cult.
thing. That's the whole point.
Product of a cult.
This is getting wildly off track because there are other things I really want
Really?
to talk about.
It
with
is?
this
Love.
episode.
Okay,
So
okay, I have a topic.
darn it! I got
Back
one.
to
Don't
your
worry.
topic.
Go to the notes,
Okay,
Jack.
that's
Here we
me.
go.
Because
Sit
this
on
one,
topic.
this was my favorite part of the whole episode is the use of the music.
I
Because
was just gonna
Oh,
say.
yes.
Yes.
Oh my God! Speaking of,
Bum,
because
bum,
I-
bum,
We're not
bum,
going
bum.
in order. I wanted to get. No, I'm kidding.
No, this
No.
is in order actually. This is back on
Is it?
track because this is what I meant to mention when they were infiltrating the base in the first place. So when you see the Macquarie stormtroopers for the first time,
Which
you
were
hear the
beautiful.
it's either
Yeah.
mouse droid and the blasting off
Oh.
And
music.
Let
even
me out
just
of the
like
room
even
and
just
stuff.
how this part was kind of shot too. I mean, obviously they're in like hallways and they're very reminiscent of Death Stars.
Yeah.
It was so.
I was getting huge
so
Dark
cool.
Forces and Republic Commando vibes, especially Dark Forces and Jedi Knight, because in those games they just use the original trilogy music over and over again. And it's
Yeah.
always on a loop. It never quite fit the
Never
scenes,
changes.
but I
Once
love
they-
that because at the same time it fits so well here.
they triggered the alarm. There's
Oh my God.
There's a
Oh,
whole
yeah,
suite.
that's so cool.
There's a whole suite of literally it's like beat for beat the Death Star music from A New Hope, like literally, and they play like the whole thing too, not just like that little
Yeah.
motif of like the Imperials. It's like the whole thing. It was
Great.
crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was actually a really cool moment because we see another point where they're foiled because they do things the clone way and things are different now because the
Mhm.
clone.
Yeah, they tried to use
Yeah,
clone
Yeah, you
codes,
put
but
the code. Yeah.
they're
It was very smart of them to
Good.
change those up.
Mm-hmm.
Chad sent me a
Are
thing
you gonna
here.
share it? It's on
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I love it. So you mentioned that tech triggers the alarm. Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
Just started blasting.
we gotta put like the helmet on him, and then
Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chad.
That'll be Chef's kiss.
perfect. Love that. Love that.
Love that.
All right, so this is just a minor thing, but I love how like when they pick up the they start knocking out the stormtroopers, and then they just
Good to your
realize
Yep.
Gregor's telling them like pretty much like that they're normal people and they're not clones and that they're the replacements, and like this is like the first time the batch really learns that this program's even
Hey, no,
happening.
Mike said that guy looked like me. And I was like,
Oh.
what's the deal with that?
Kinda.
Not
Who
only
looks like
The guy under the helmet.
The stormtrooper.
Yeah.
He was probably
The
shorter
random
than you.
sun stormtrooper. I'm not
Oh.
even kidding. Like AJ made the worst joke like while we were like watching this.
Oh yeah.
Like Tech like
You
leads
can
down.
expose him.
No, it was great. It was great. It was a good joke. It was
Oh,
the
I
worst.
can
but it was a good
expose
joke.
you. I have the firepower here.
No.
Wow, you just quick draw. Didn't even give her a
Whoa.
chance.
Yeah, that was like Cad Bane.
That was cat. Yeah, that was
Alright,
a cat.
now
Bane
expose
moment.
me.
I don't
Pay up,
own the
Hutz.
Lego
I
yet.
go back for
Okay,
free.
so
They haven't
that's
come
not
out
even,
yet.
That's a
that's
future
not even
vision.
like
They're coming.
exposing. That's something that I achieve that I want to achieve one day. So
Yeah, that's an
Sure.
aspiration. That's on
That
the
you just ripped
It's
that
all
from
I've
her
got.
verbatim words.
So, what was I saying? Oh, so like literally, like they stunned that one stormtrooper. They stunned all the stormtroopers, and Tech leans down, and he's just like, "This isn't a clone. It's like someone else." AJ's literally just like, "This isn't a clone. It's a white guy," and I'm like, lost it. Anyway,
Yep.
so
Exposed.
just some random guy.
I thought it was really interesting. And this could have already happened, and I wasn't paying attention. Always happens, but I loved how the V-wings now sound exactly like TIE fighters.
Yep.
They've switched them
And
out for those
the
nice
Fire,
twin
yep.
ion engines,
It's
and
Yeah.
Didn't they already
even the
do that
blasters
for-
are
They,
making.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sith?
They've always
Revenge
sounded
of the
like that. In Revenge of the Sith, the V-wings sound like TIE fighters too.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right.
And that's the same. We were talking earlier about the painted, you know,
Yeah,
Do they?
or lack
Ven-
of paint.
yeah,
Venom.
no
Yes.
paint.
I-
yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
I
All gray.
specifically
And then
noticed
no
it in
painted.
this episode. So
No, they've
It
always
just felt
sounded-
very
they've always
prominent, I
Mhm.
guess.
they were gray.
Okay.
They were gray in Revenge of the
Ooh,
Sith
good
too.
pull by Aiden.
Which is-
This
Oh
was-
well,
I'm
I
excited.
say in
No, they
one
had a red. Didn't they have a red
Yeah.
highlight on the
Yeah,
body?
yeah.
Mm.
And on one scene at
Oh,
the
I
one
end,
didn't know
scene they're
that.
red, and in one scene they're gray.
That's
And
cool.
This
and
show
then
has been.
in
The
the
I was
scene
gonna
where
say that
genius.
regarding the sounds.
they're bringing Vader's body in,
A lot of
the red
sound
V-wings,
cues.
and then in the
What?
scene where Palpatine and Vader are looking out in the Death Star, it's gray V-wings.
Exactly.
The show's been
I mean, I remember
genius
the sound.
at
I knew that. I can remember
pulling random sound effects from different places.
Yeah.
Like we've had
Definitely.
we had an Attack of the Clones episode of sounds. We had you know other stuff, and then like they pull all this stuff, the pulls from Republic Commando. You know, we had the Commandos. We had sound
I feel like-
effects, which is a great call, Aiden. And
I feel like the Leo
Amazing.
DiCaprio pointing at the screen meme every.
that's
every
been
week.
me all season. It's great.
that was
so
me
much
with
fun.
the music for sure. I was losing my mind.
That was
Definitely
me
when
my
the music came on.
It was
favorite
awesome.
score of the season, which is saying
Yes.
something because they've all been like
Yeah.
grand
This
slams.
might be my
Oh.
this might be my favorite episode of the season. The score,
fair.
Oh, it's one of my
Too.
favorites.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
had
if
such
it's
fun
my
with
favorite,
this.
but
Gonky
Okay.
shines. Gonky
Gonky.
shines
Gonky shines.
Gonky
so
shines.
brightly in this
So-
episode.
So literally so brightly.
So brightly.
I loved every single moment because we see Gonky like numerous times in this episode. I just gotta like I gotta like info dump this really quick. I gotta go a full tech here. So like I love how Wrecker and Omega are literally
go full
playing
tech.
space dominoes.
Yeah, what the heck is
Yes.
what
It
game
looked
is
like
that?
it looked like checkers.
It was dominoes because they like put them like against each other like you would do
Yeah.
it. And plus like Wrecker wouldn't be thinking that hard about checkers. You'd be thinking very hard about dominoes, let's be real. And Omega's just sitting there like, come on, make a move. And so like anyway.
Did anyone get a chance to watch that Speed Racer thing? Because part of the
damn.
plot of that is that guy cheats at dominoes. I just want to throw that out there. He's like, I even cheated at dominoes.
Moving on,
It's like, what does that mean?
Oh, geez.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so we have Gonky doing that, and then the next time we see
The
it,
best thing ever, I love it.
Omega's pacing around holding Alula, which is why
Really?
I've been like hanging out with
I've
her the
never
entire
heard
time.
that.
She's just
That was
hugging
so
her
cute.
because she's so nervous,
know.
and Gonky's literally just like gonk, 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 like trying to like, no, just trying
The
to
best
talk to
table
her
in
to
the
like make
universe.
sure that like she's okay.
Galaxy.
And Wrecker's just like, you're fine. And then obviously Gonky saves the day. And then it's like he saves the day, but at what cost? I love how
I hope
Gonky
he- I
literally
hope he's
repowers
okay.
the ship, which is his sole duty. And Tech has the audacity to just say, oh, it's working. Like, obviously it's working. He's a power droid. Like, what are you, dumb? Yes, he is.
Look, what
Um,
did Tech say when he got Omega out of the cockpit? He's like, that was sufficient. It's like,
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That was sufficient. Let me take
she's
over.
like, because she's like, I can't hold it. And he's like, that's sufficient. I got this. And then
That's like the most. That's like the
Um,
biggest compliment you can get from Tech. I
so
think.
good.
Yeah, that was very
It
emotive
is.
from him.
sufficient. Yeah. But
That's
also,
sufficient.
yeah, they were playing that last week. Bolo and Ketch were playing that. That's all I was talking about like
I thought
last
they were
week on
playing
like
a different game.
media. So they were playing like
It
Sabacc
kind of
or
looked like
something.
poker, poker.
poker or
Jeez.
Sabacc.
Oh,
Sabacc.
that's a good call, Brent.
it was a
Yeah.
new game. It was a new game.
Um,
That's what it said on the episode guide. They're like,
Levi,
it's a new
I
game.
watched, and Johnny, I watched your thing a bit last night. Not live, but I went back and watched your reactions and
Thank
whatnot.
you.
And yeah, well, yeah, of course, I always do. It's fun. So I think you guys brought this up of when the episode 3, like epilogue happens. Do you think we've hit that point that
Yeah.
Brent brings up here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that already happened.
I mean, it does.
Yeah,
It
that's
adds
what
up with the Venators painted up and the V wings now with the
Yeah.
TIE fighter sound effects. So.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because this was the part. This was the moment of transition that I wanted to see the most because I always loved the gray Venators and the V-wings that are like TIE fighters. I love this transitional period. I don't know how long it's going to last though because it already seems like the clones are on their way out and well, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it. They are.
Well, the clone
Um,
armor anyway.
It's so sad
The
to
clones
see.
themselves will be around, but yeah.
Dude,
Well,
little
even on their
kid
way out of
clones.
Camino.
We have to talk about this. They're
Yeah.
gonna kill kids again.
We got little.
why?
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna kill kids
What do you
again.
mean? Those are probably purse troopers.
Those cadets looked a little strange. I don't know.
Oh,
what
that's
is
you
with
think
the
it is?
design.
They did
Bird
look
It's a
strange.
little odd.
Oh,
I
no,
called them,
just
like,
the last batch.
Box
of clones
heads.
is
They're like
purse
Lego
Beefy
clones.
Daniel.
Yeah, what were they? Because they didn't use
Well,
the
they're
same model as the
Little
kid
Daniel
clones from
Logans,
Clone
first of
Wars.
all. I
They
was
were
very
beefy.
excited to see that.
They were chunky chunky little
Mhm.
boys.
They were
Chunky
really
little
cute.
boys.
They had a little bit of chubby cheeks. Maybe they're just. I think it was like the 14-year-old model versus the
They're
10-year-old
chunky little
model.
boys.
You see it a little
Maybe.
bit in Clone Wars. There's like different variations.
Whatever the
Gross,
case
yeah.
is, they're done for.
Why? Why do you think that?
What do you mean?
You think they're gonna get killed?
Not
What
on
is the
screen.
Empire gonna do
But I
with
think
them?
they're gonna,
Put them
like,
in
lead
space?
them
Those are purge troopers.
Yeah.
I had
sure.
an awful
I think
thought
they
while
could
like
have a
the
future.
evacuations
Maybe, I
were
guess.
happening.
The last in canon, the last batch of clones is purge troopers. Like I think the clones are still around. It's a misconception that the clones
Oh,
are all
snap.
gonna get killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that mentioned in Fallen Order?
It's
Uh,
in later.
I don't recall.
The comic, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
in the comic.
Dang it.
Oh,
About
But
the
yeah,
purge
they're
troopers.
literally activated for the
That's
sole
right.
purpose
But-
of being the purge
but I just
troopers,
mean-
but not all purge troopers
Got it.
are clones. To be
No,
noted.
but I just think in general, I don't think all the clones are just going to go away. I think they're still in service. I mean, it's implied in Rebels to me, and it's in canon that there are clones even still in the Empire by A New Hope. It's just they're in Stormtrooper armor, and I mean that was George's intent, but whatever. George had changed his mind a
Right.
lot with that.
Yeah.
But in canon, which is different, it's implied to me through Gregor, or rather Wolf, who's like he still served at some point. Like there was still service there, and the Empire still like thank you for your service. Like you all got phased out, but they didn't like just kill them all. I think they just the recruits just
True.
overwhelmed them. They just all got slowly replaced. It's not like they all got executed.
I figured
It's like,
they would keep the ones who are already adults in service, but the kid ones, it's like, what do we
I think
do?
they
with
just
these
I think
kids?
they just grow up and become
Easy to
troopers.
indoctrinate. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that makes
guess.
sense.
I don't think they would bring them back to that old facility. I think they're done with the Kaminoan stuff. I think they're just moving on, doing their own thing. I don't think
Where are
they're
they
almost in that
moving
old
them to?
facility.
No,
Anyway.
Maybe
Anyway,
places like Navarro.
No,
I mean,
no. I think we'll know.
Well, the only reason I say that, I'm just throwing Navarro out there because we knew that there were cloning facilities on there.
Oh, you mean the Kaminoans?
I don't think they're going to.
Oh
a
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Kaminoan
not talking about the
facility,
Kaminoans. I'm
regardless.
talking about what Rampart wants to do with Nalisai. Yeah, and I think they'll take
Could
to
be
Outpost.
anywhere.
So in the
Any-
beginning of
yeah,
the
it could be
episode-
Outpost
in the
anywhere.
beginning of the episode, we kind of skipped over it, but Rampart is talking to Crosshair, and he says the operation is ahead of schedule. Now, is that Operation War-Mantle, or is there a different thing going on? Like the clones,
I
they're
would think it was
mobilizing.
War-Mantle because.
But I
this
mean,
is
they're
what the episode
mobilizing
was
the-
called.
I know, but I think War-Mantle
I
may have
agree.
been War-Mantle may have been what we saw on Darrow.
I hope it
Whatever,
was War-Mantle.
whatever they're doing on Kamino,
Right.
it looks like they're mobilizing to fight something, like to do.
Yeah.
Like, why would they mobilize all? He says the words mobilize all like available or ready clones for what?
That's
What
the
the
word.
heck?
He's
Mobilize
mobilizing.
Yeah.
all of
Like,
it.
Mobilize,
like, what the hell are you doing with all those troopers? And
Yeah.
they're loading on Divinators to go somewhere. It's not like, yeah, I don't
thought
know.
they were moving.
You think
always
they're-
thought they were moving them to another place.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Either way,
So-
we're gonna see that. I don't think like AJ
Yeah,
was
oh
saying. I
yeah,
think we're
no,
done
that
with
is
it.
definitely
I
gonna
think
be
we're gonna
seen.
see.
Oh, definitely.
No,
Yeah.
I meant done with. Brent brought up if they would go to the Kaminoan facility. But I don't think
yeah,
they
the
would.
old one.
I don't think they'd go there. I think they're done
No,
listening to the Kaminoans, obviously, and I think
I was
they're
thinking
moving
they're all
on to
gonna
do their
like.
own stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking they're all gonna board up on like either Imperial fortress, whatever, or just like some Star Destroyers or something like that. I feel
So
like
yeah,
that's what we're
I
Back to
think
the
that
Imperial
they're going to
switch.
get transported to another place that we don't know of yet because this
Yeah.
was a big episode in which Tech was at a loss for words of not
Right.
knowing what the
Exactly.
hell was going on. Like Darrow was an example of that period because that was an uninhabited planet that doesn't have any sort of presence whatsoever. And so I think that that's probably where they're taking whoever here is to some facility made in secret during the Republic. And that's what's going to happen. And that's going to be their new base of operations.
Maybe they're
I don't know
going
why
to
they
Darrow.
can't just use Camino.
Yeah,
but,
so-
like,
So if Rampart says ensure
Too rainy.
every viable clone is mobilized, that doesn't sound like they're trying to get rid of them. They're going to
They're
go do
moving them.
something. Yeah,
No,
ensure
I don't.
every.
I don't think they're getting rid of the clones.
No.
I don't-
I just want to clarify. Like he says, you wouldn't need, like if in theory, if War-Mantle, if you're taking it like super literally, they're just flipping the switch, get rid of all the clones, all recruits. Then you wouldn't need to use the word. I know this is getting super nitpicky, but you wouldn't need to use the word viable because the kids are still around. Like they're going to do something with like the adult with the soldiers, and I don't.
they're
know what
literally
it
just
is.
reorganizing their assets. That's all that they're doing right now.
I
And so
think
they have
some will
they
go
have
here,
no
some will
use
go
for
there.
Camino. So they're just reorganizing where they're going to go.
No, I think it's something else because Rampart mentions we have our orders. Like if this is
Reorganizing
something.
your assets can mean many things. It could mean sending them off to a battle. It could mean sending
Well,
them off
I
to be
just-
reinforcement somewhere. Hell,
just
they
think-
could be going to Exegol for all we know.
Because Rampart is
Sith
in charge
Army.
of War-Mantle, but he says we have our orders. Someone is telling him what to do,
Him,
Yeah,
you're
but-
right.
which is not what we're used to in this show.
The
Right.
Emperor
Yeah.
telling him what to do.
Imagine
What?
that though, if they do go to Exegol
They're not going
and
to
then they're
Exegol.
all frozen,
Why would they be frozen?
What?
and then they become the Sith troopers in the sequel trilogy.
No, we
That's
know
the
what
craziest
That's
thing
a
I've
crack
heard.
The
theory.
clones?
There you go.
Is that what
I'm
you're saying?
sorry. That's
Yeah, the
fun
clones
fact
become the
theory.
Sith troopers.
Yeah.
It's,
Anyways, no, but
unmagically
I think
platform.
that could be orders from Tarkin. I don't like.
Or
I think it would
Tarkin,
be
yeah.
from Tarkin.
I do.
Probably.
I think they killed Lando too.
from the top.
I think they
There's
killed him.
always multiple plans going on. Like War-Mantle is just the phasing out, quote unquote, of the clones and just bringing in
Yeah.
the recruits. And so we'll see how that progresses. And the whole point of the episode was the Bad Batch learns that War-Mantle exists, and they learn that from Gregor. And so we don't really know what Crosshair and Rampart are planning and what's actually going on with that.
And now we can start the.
Well, that's the thing. So sorry for interrupting you, but like the last
yeah.
time we saw Crosshair, he said, "Hey, can I hunt them down?" That didn't happen.
Yeah, what's
he was.
he
Just,
doing?
I mean, he's disappointed
settled.
that they didn't get him.
Yeah, like what? What?
I just
Good
think
enough.
that some order superseded whatever's going on, and now they're
That's
doing
fair.
something.
That's a good thought because I thought the same when they
Maybe.
showed Crosshair on Camino. I'm like, wait, wasn't he?
'cause
wasn't he hunting them
goes
down?
somewhere else?
Because he
Exactly.
says, "I wanted all of you, but you'll do." So, what is it about
Right.
Hunter that makes him acceptable?
And
to play
with
for
the whole
entire
Nala
Bad
thing,
Batch?
Is he-
He
And
needs a
Omega.
scientist or something. I think something else is going on here. That's just
That's interesting.
All right, I hope there is. I mean, I like the theory.
Could be.
I don't
There-
think it's a battle. I
think
don't
they
know.
might fight Rex's clone rebellion. That's me.
Oh, so you think
Yeah,
Rex is preoccupied with that? That's what he was doing in this episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's recruiting.
Mhm.
Definitely. So
Because
I see that.
that he's got to fail
And I-
fail bad, and we've had this thread of like maybe we get an early like resistance, not rebellion, right? Because the rebellion isn't around for a while, but
or like
maybe there
rebel sex or something like that. Or
well, no, I just think maybe there is like an insurrection on one of these planets somewhere with like because the Martez sisters are doing something, Saw Gerrera is doing
Right.
something. You have the Syndulas in the show, like you have these threads of almost rebellion running
Mhm.
through it with Rex too. I think that'd be a pretty fun finale if like they got to get Hunter, but at the same time the Empire's like smashing down the first rebellion.
And they have to
Yeah.
redeem
Yeah.
Crosshair.
So I think that there's
Bring my
one of
boy
three
back.
things that are
do you
gonna
think he'll be
happen.
redeemed at the end of the show?
I hope so. That's what I'm
One of the
hoping.
three things. You
I don't
ready for
know.
this?
end of the show. Yes.
I don't
but
wanna
you
say
go
this,
ahead, Jamie.
I'm ready.
So one of three things that are going to happen at the end of the season, I think, between Crosshair and Hunter. The whole theme was we don't leave our own behind, and that's just been a huge thing. Crosshair is left behind. Hunter willingly chooses to be left behind. So one of three things is going to happen. One of them is going to walk away and go back to the batch. It could be either one of them. If only one of them goes, one of them's going to die.
This is my favorite shot of the episode. I
Oh,
It was
so-
good.
I was
Love
like,
that
no, is
shot.
Hunter gonna
Look at
die?
the shot.
Holy
Look at
crap!
the way.
How
look
the
at the
hell
way
did he
the,
survive that fall?
look at the way the
I was
focus.
shook.
I know that
So-
fall was
Mm.
insane.
Like seriously, the
questionable.
focus,
So
the way
good.
that
Just
the
as
camera
questionable
is,
as Natasha's fallen Black Widow.
and you see
Ah,
Scorch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you though, Levi.
too.
The way they do the cameras
So good.
and the animation is just phenomenal. And this
The
episode
focus
showcased
and the
Have,
way
that.
have we mentioned
hard.
how good the show looks?
Yes.
Maybe
Some of
Wait,
us
wait,
Hunter
wait,
did
wait,
it.
wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
wait, wait,
Maybe?
wait, let me finish. Let me
Sorry,
finish my
Jamie.
theories.
Go ahead, Jamie.
So one of them will make it out, and one of them will die. That's one theory, right? Other one,
Okay.
both of them will make it out. I highly doubt that's gonna happen.
Okay,
I'm going
Um,
with this one. Put
And then
my
the
money
other
on it.
one is Hunter's gonna turn Imperial, which I don't want to happen. But
I've
it
been
could
seeing a
happen.
lot
How
of-
do you think it could happen?
No, I
That's
see a lot of.
interesting.
I
They're
see a
gonna,
lot
like,
of. They're gonna put
recondition
a
him.
chip. They're gonna put a
Oh.
chip in his head. They're gonna put another.
Oh,
chip
you think they
back
put it?
back in.
Oh,
I don't think that they
Ooh.
would put a chip in his
They're
head. I
just
think
gonna
that they
like
would just
staple
hardcore
it to his
recondition him.
forehead. Hardcore
Yeah, that'd be
reconditioning.
that'd be a lot of
No.
conditioning though.
That's
No way. You could never
I
condition
think
Hunter like
He's gonna
that.
get
I don't
Winter Soldier.
know.
I think it'd
He's
be
gonna
a
get Winter
brutal
Soldier.
and sad sequence where you see him in like the chair and they're putting the thing back in his head, and because Tarkin, you see it in the show where they're like doing the extra mind washing on Crosshair. They put him in that little tube
Right.
thing, and they're like, "You
Yeah.
can be extra bad." I think they might try to do that to Hunter.
That would be
Yeah.
ballsy.
He
I
had a
don't know
chip.
if
He
they
He
do
does
that,
turned
to
up
be
to
honest.
11.
He does have a
they were
villain
like,
name.
hey, his chip. You wanna turn that up? Turn up the juice on that a little bit. So like they would have to put a chip back in him in order to do that.
God.
I think it'd be
Yeah.
a brutal scene where he's like strapped in, and it's like
Yeah, no, I can picture
No,
like
you
really.
expect from
I just think that's almost too ballsy.
The
for
laser
show.
starts to
I don't
move.
know.
Ah!
I expect
Pick
him to
something out of
die.
James Bond.
Die.
Yeah,
And
no,
then- and
that would be
That's when
really
he picks
cool.
up his blaster and he sets it from stun to
To
kill.
kill.
Now he's the bad
Aw.
guy.
If only Sean Connery could play
Now
Hunter.
he's bad.
No.
The
Oh,
bad
Bad
Batch.
Anyway,
Batch.
So those are the 3 theories of what's going to happen before the
Okay.
end of the season.
I
So
want
Brent,
Hmm.
Jamie,
2.5.
Brent agrees with you though, but
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? what'll
I
happen.
don't think that maybe
I don't think
maybe
Hunter
some
goes
sort of
bad.
implant, but I highly
That would be really cool, though. That I mean, that could, yeah.
That gives me like Captain Picard Locutus vibes. That
I
could
feel
be
like-
cool.
It
I am
does.
the cutest.
Oh.
Oh,
if they were to do that,
I
if
have
they
the
really
cutest
were
of the
to do
board.
that, and then like he sees Omega,
Aiden just wants us to talk about Scorch. I'm sorry.
he would either
That's fair.
it would break and he would like be able to like break through, or he would just straight up try to kill her, and there'd be no in between. And I don't know what I would do if that happens. So
Dylan.
What do you say?
Said
That's
Vader, Maul,
ridiculous.
Palpatine, and Boba. Come on, Omega.
Okay.
He's just goofing.
Okay.
He's just goofing.
Okay.
No, that's a
Just
good
gonna
idea.
do it,
Dylan, you left my Twitch stream. I was playing some fun games. You left me hanging.
Let's do it, guys. Let's give them what they want. Let's talk about Scorch.
dude. Okay,
Who?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's not that much to talk about. I wish I thought it'd be more of a significant thing. I just feel like he was just kind of like, oh, there's Scorch. If you know who he is, you know who he is. Like, it was
I
just
think
I
it's
think,
a lot-
I think it was that too.
Oh,
I agree, Johnny.
I think it's because it implies that the whole Republic, or rather Imperial Commando, like the Karen Travis novel, something to that effect is happening. Like they
Right.
are. So Delta
I
Squad
think
is becoming.
I think there's 4 facilities. And
I
there's
think Delta
one
Squad
at
is
each.
becoming trainers, and in charge of this program in Legends was Commander Cody, obviously a
Right.
favorite who was people wanted to appear in the show.
So like I feel like that's a Kenobi thing.
Still, it's really cool to see Clone Commando armor again and first.
It was amazing.
I think it was
one of the Delta
awesome.
Squad to
Just,
show
yeah,
up.
the
That's awesome.
implication, just the
I
implication.
can't get
that
over the
Delta
blue
Squad
visor.
is because
Love it.
in Legends
cool.
they were sort of the original Bad Batch. Like they're the original
Yeah.
group of clones that everybody fell in love with. That was like, hey, clones are cool, and
Yeah.
they can all be
Yeah.
unique. That was Delta Squad, and now
Yeah.
it would be super cool if we see Delta Squad versus the Bad Batch.
That'd be great.
That would be really
I'd
cool.
love
That'd be
that.
cool.
I did not know I wanted that until this episode.
But wait, didn't Scorch get blasted?
He just got
He
stunned.
got-
Well, he
he
got
got
stunned.
I got
Yeah.
stunned.
Stunned.
He actually got
stunned.
stunned
that
like
feud
4
yeah.
times.
Who was
That
the one
tunnel
that got?
scene-
Do we know the name of the one that got
It's
just
just a
like
commando.
It was
It's just the other commando.
Commando.
I was getting huge the fugitive vibes.
Fugitive
I half
vibes.
expected
Oh.
Hunter to turn around and go, "I didn't kill my wife."
Yeah, when they were
I don't
when they were on
care.
that ledge there, yeah. No,
And I got
definitely.
the
They,
Major
they
ET
already did
vibe
in Star Wars. They did
at
it
the
with
beginning.
Ahsoka in season 5.
Oh yeah, they
did it
literally did.
Right.
Like exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
that.
oh yeah, that
Yeah.
oh,
off the
definitely.
dam.
Yeah,
They did.
That's true. Yeah,
that's right.
framed up and all.
I didn't kill
Mhm.
my wife.
Yeah, except she's like, I didn't kill the Jedi, which is like that was legitimately.
We know you didn't kill the Jedi. That's the whole problem. Now, come over here so we can put chip in you.
I love how randomly. So with
Oh,
the
there it
ship,
is.
the wings can be up, but the door could be opened and it could still be like flying. Is it you? I don't know. It was just a
Have we
random
talked
thing
about
that I absolutely
confused
love.
How it looks like a Camino saber.
Saber.
car.
Yeah, it does.
It
Looks
does.
like a saber dart.
Like the
Hey.
cloners.
Watch
One
out.
of them clone
Cloners.
prospect.
Wow, the amount the ship was used this week. Like every time I see it, I'm just like, this thing is literally becoming a hunk of junk. Like it is.
While you have this shot,
Love it.
this planet reminded me a lot of not only Yavin at first, but when I think of like real world
Yeah.
influences, it also kind of reminded me of the Yellow Mountains. While those are
Ooh.
much closer together in China, there's this amazing collection of mountain regions where just these kind of like bulbous mountain shapes all exist like together, and there's so much between them. And I just kind
yeah.
of got that vibe to kind of spread it out.
Good call. Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked.
This
at
was a
the
cool
visuals.
planet
That's
overall.
awesome.
So awesome.
I loved it.
God,
I really
I
love
got
like a
um.
hidden imperial facility embedded in a mountain.
It was
Sounds
very
odd.
like James Bond.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
going
yeah.
into
Well,
like,
yeah,
a random
yeah.
hidden facility. I got that vibe immediately when Hunter's literally just like, there's something in the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm
Earlier,
saying,
I
I
said
half
it was
expected them to
crazy.
run into Kyle Katarn and just be like, "Who are you?" Nobody.
Imagine.
any day now, Jack. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Ah,
Any
someday.
day.
it was like it was as deep as like the Utapao sinkholes too. It was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Big old hole.
Endor vibes. Yeah.
It
There was like
reminded
a
me a lot
shot
of,
where
Forest.
it
panned
looked a
up in
lot
the
like
trees.
Batu with like the concept art and everything you see for like a
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Summer's
Yeah.
Run
Good.
and like the
Yep.
everything around Batu. It looked like that originally to me. Like they literally said, "Oh, we're going to Daro," but like they like arrived and I'm like, "Oh, is that Batu?" And I'm like, "Oh, kidding." Yeah.
I can't go
so
back
funny.
to
It's so
Quick
funny
side
that
note.
we still haven't seen but two.
I know
screen.
it's
It's
I'm
so funny.
shocked.
Yeah,
I am
you would think that
shocked.
they would have pulled
Haven't
that
seen
move
anything.
way sooner. This
Just
one's like, come on,
anywhere.
guys, just get it over
I
with.
was
We know you
convinced
want
that it was going to be in episode 9.
We
and
get it a
wasn't.
bunch in books, and it's
Yeah.
referenced in Solo. So it's on.
And it
Visual
always feels kind of
Dictionary.
cheap at the time. So like, I'm glad that they've waited as long as they have. Yeah, like all of the War-Mantle stuff could have easily have taken place on Batu, and you could have just replaced Sid with Oga, and no one
Oh,
would have blinked an eye.
man.
Ooh.
Imagine
But
that.
I know, right?
I
actually
think
kinda would've
Solo.
liked
I
that.
think Solo's the closest we're gonna get because Kira says she talks about Dakandar, and then
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
no.
mentioned
and
Black
then
Spire
L3 mentions Black Spire.
Tarrascasa.
I feel like we'll
Right.
see it one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
They
we'll
have
see
to
Dex?
eventually.
Well,
Will we see Dex? No.
If we do, you
And
won't get
Kenobi.
this, you won't get to the
Dex
next
and
few
Meeber
reaction
chilling.
episodes without me
Hello?
going, well, what do you know?
Whoa, there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
There you go.
Oh,
I,
what
it's
figure is
fantastic.
that?
That's
his
Dex.
shirt,
It's
his
Dex.
shirt always roasts me out,
what?
man.
New
Is
face
that
in the
from-
chat.
I can
Dario.
Don't wear a white shirt if you work in a fry cooking.
I can just
Gregor
put him in
reminds me
front
of
of.
the
I was like, yeah, the
He
way
does.
he laughs, just laughing all the
He
time.
has the same laugh. That's a good
I know.
point.
I like Borkus.
Yeah, he had like a Joker
Oh.
hyena. Yeah, that's good.
A Joker.
No one
That's
with Borkus.
fantastic.
The Gregor. You know,
That is
this
a beautiful.
Fat Celestin that
Dex
Gregor works
suggestion.
for. He's a fry cook. Borkus.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
that's
use this to block the mosquito bite on my
He was
forehead
funny.
that makes me look like Ian
I'm
McGregor.
trying.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a very Ewan McGregor birthmark there.
I know, no, it's
That's
bugging
nice.
the hell out. It's been itching me the whole time, and I've been looking at it nonstop.
I
So
didn't
it's-
think I
Well,
was
now
gonna be able to
we
find this
can't.
that
Now we're
easily.
looking at it. And I
Nah,
didn't
don't-
see it until
don't
you
worry
said
about it.
something.
Buddy.
look at the luscious stash.
Obi-Wan.
Not made of feathers.
Obi-Wan.
That face sculpt is so good.
Dude, these original like episode
Is
1,
that-
2, 3
is that Hasbro?
Saga collection
Yeah,
figures
that's
are
a
phenomenal.
Oh, man, Aiden.
2002
When
Saga
Johnny and I
That's
were
what
at
I was
the
asking.
comic
I don't know if
shop,
you can see, but
Yeah.
it says
last
2002.
weekend.
Jack and I met in person.
Oh,
Yeah.
I nearly,
You're all
I nearly
good.
Yeah.
bought so many of the episode 1 figures there. But yeah,
Really?
I was doing a troop, and Johnny shows up, and it's like, "Hey, Jack." I'm like, "Wait,
I know.
Buddy.
voice,
I
and face. Oh,
That's
snap!
so
it's Johnny."
know.
yeah.
Did you
This
hug
Wait,
him
I have the
with
picture.
4
And
arms?
Millie was there too.
I tried.
is so
Millie
funny.
was there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we had our
Yeah.
first unofficial HoloNet
can't see.
meetup
Kind
at
of blurry,
a
but there
event
you go.
that
yeah,
Jack,
unofficial. But
Millie, and Johnny were at. The rest of us weren't there. Obviously, Levi wasn't there because he's nowhere to be seen.
Jack
close
said you
by.
guys
Come
were
on,
going to go
man.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna go,
we
yeah.
were busy, so
Things get in the way, dude. You don't know how quickly like things your plans can change with troops. That happens.
Oh
all
no,
the time.
definitely.
Yeah, I was this close.
Yeah, Levi was gonna
Right,
come.
I was right
like,
there.
yeah, just stay home.
Ah,
That's
just tell the
right.
flake, man.
A few thousand miles away. Pretty close. I was going to speculate
Short drive.
for the show going forward. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I think they regroup next week. We see Hunter captured and dealing with Crosshair, and there'll be some cool stuff going
I
on
really
there.
hope they have a really good scene together. I feel like.
oh
they,
my
like,
god,
yeah,
I
I'm
hope
sure
so too.
They definitely will.
Okay,
It'll, it'll pick up right where it left off, I think.
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
hope. I
And
hope.
I think the finale is going to be the gang. Maybe Rex joins them, and they go
Okay.
to try to get. They try to go get Hunter.
Still
I
here.
think Fennec. I think we get Fennec too.
I was
think
going to bring
it's
that
gonna
up.
be, I think it's gonna be Luke. I think it's gonna be Luke.
Yep.
and he's gonna
Yeah,
Literal
no, you're right.
instant-
I'll be just mad. this
destroy
time.
everybody on the Star Destroyer.
They're gonna be like, one baby can't do all
What
that.
baby?
Yeah. He's just got like a bunch of lightsabers. He's like using the force, just a bunch of lightsabers hanging around.
One
He
crit.
tries to look through the
Right.
lightsaber, but every time he does, he like blocks at the last second and stabs the stormtrooper behind him.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, we
I
got to
think that,
see.
yeah,
we
I
see
agree.
Rex
I
next
think
week.
that Rex will definitely
Yeah.
be in
And-
next week's episode.
And Wolf.
In the flesh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
hope.
who-
I think they can get D.
Whatever-
Bradley Breaker for that. I mean, it's a tough guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be
dude.
tough.
Yeah, I think that whatever Rex is dealing with this week is what we're gonna start with next week, and we're gonna find out what the heck he was doing, who he's with, and what he's dealing with, and the batch is gonna
Hmm.
meet up with him. I think that that's definitely
Yeah.
next steps.
Yeah. I didn't even like. I didn't even consider like, oh, maybe he's with Wolf. I didn't really even think of that. But that's
Rex
definitely
and
Yeah.
that would
You know
definitely
who
make
else?
sense.
You know who else we might see?
Who?
Certain Baja Blast.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
please.
Oh.
I need
How
to
there
know
was
what
gonna be
happened to him. I need
I know.
to.
I
oh my god!
I hope he does come back. Oh my god, is there another one?
AJ, turn it up.
Here you go, guys.
It's up.
It's up. How are they gonna edit that in?
I've been away for 7 months. I'm filming the book and proper. Ooh, fight scenes, makeup. One thing I've really missed is this hidden gem. Here in my hometown, Rotorua.
This is it.
The Polynesian spa. Come on, there are no words.
There are no words.
There are no words.
There are no words.
Let's do it, boys.
Dude, I'd lay down.
They
my
want to go
arms
to the Polynesian spot too. Look at them.
We all do. We all do.
We all do. Someone take.
There are no words.
You're gonna lay
No
down
words.
your arms
No
and join
words.
me in this hot tub. There's room for all of you.
There are no words.
You gotta take off the clone armor though. It's gonna be risky.
I
That's
think I
great.
worked that one in well.
That was good, AJ. That was good.
But I do think
That
we
was a
see
good
Hauser
transition.
again.
Yeah.
Chad, I think the first one.
Oh, I think we will.
I think
What?
we
Ed
see
said-
Hauser on the same ship where Hunter is. Maybe
I was just
they're
gonna
both,
say
both in
Hauser's
jail.
like, next door, or if they're
Oh,
not on a
first
ship,
time.
they're at whatever
Really?
jail this is.
That could be.
He starts singing. Nobody.
No. He's got a cooler full of
Oh,
Baja Blast. He's just drinking them.
These
and-
aren't them.
No.
You've captured their stunt doubles.
Yeah. I'm glad the Spaceballs reference was gotten.
Always.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh shoot!
Let's go to the Polynesian spa.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go to the
Yeah, that's easy
Boston
sell, man.
Bostonian spa. Ah, the Bostonian.
It's
There are no words.
There
The
are no
Charles
words.
River.
There are no words, kid.
Here's what
You gotta
you're-
do it. You gotta do it in a Boston accent, though.
the
There are
Bastanian spa.
no words.
There are no words, kid. It's unforgettable.
The
Gross,
Boston spa.
disgusting. I hate the Boston accent.
Was-
Wow.
Yeah,
Whew.
no, it's
Wow.
I'm not good at it, admittedly.
wow.
Yeah.
What an accent.
Wow.
It's so strange. I have the need to go clone.
Oh no, the Kaminoans
funny.
are back.
It took a
Okay. So,
it took a Polynesian spa ballast or Jesus Hauser
Yes.
video
Yes, he's still saying it.
Boston
Never forget
sewer water.
ballast. Never
for me to
forget.
think that Hunter was with the Boston
Ah, the
sewer
Charles
water.
River. There ain't no better place to be
love
soaking
that
up after a hot
dirty
day. I'm hanging with the boys, shooting the hoops.
all right,
Oh,
guys.
man.
We're losing it. I'm losing it.
Sox
I'm.
game? Wanna hit the Sox
What
game?
else is going on?
Should I play the original one again for Matt?
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
There.
Yo, next
Whoa,
up.
Matt. Whoa, Matt. Matt, whoa.
Got that trunk up, sir.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Does Texas
Sir.
milkshake bring all the
That
boys
content's
together?
on a
Oh,
paid
absolutely.
paid subscription
That's
thing.
Patreon stuff.
Yeah,
man.
This
All
guy
right.
could use a spot.
What are you talking about?
Only
Can you
Dex.
just, all right, AJ. What do you got? Let it rip.
I'm just
What do you got?
Matt missed this one, and maybe people in the chat want to see this one again.
All
Or
right,
maybe
one
they
more
don't.
time. For
Oh,
old time's sake.
yeah.
There you go.
The council does not.
I understand.
One thing I really miss is this hidden gem. Come on, New Zealand, try something new.
Try something new.
Try something new.
This is a piece
He's
of
right.
Come on, New Zealand. Try
Take a
something
seat.
new.
He's right. We should try something new.
Come on,
He's
New
right.
Zealand,
He's
try
right.
something
Wait.
new.
He's right.
Oh, there are no words.
He looks at the course.
Look at that smoky croissant back
It's
Wow.
so good. That one is.
Oh
That one is good.
God,
That one is.
I think it's
So,
a traffic jam.
Dylan
down
saw it for the first time. I'm
that
glad.
is unbelievable.
That one is. It's,
Shout out to what is it, Jar Jar Studios? Shout out.
Jar Jar Studios, yeah. There's a lot of them. We can't show you all of them. but
There's a ton. That
There's
could be
a
a whole
lot.
stream.
would
Yeah.
be.
Oh my God.
Someday.
Just react.
Wouldn't have breath left.
ranking Polynesian spa.
Yeah.
That one's S tier.
That
SS
is-
plus.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'd go with one S. Yeah, that's just.
Scott, how are you still being serious right now?
He's like, damn it, I can
God,
get
I
the
hope, I hope you got some laughs out of these.
Yeah.
He needs to go to
Okay,
Polynesian spa.
Last thoughts. Actual last thoughts. Before.
Did we miss anything? Jack, you have notes. What's in your notes?
Oh yeah, I
Did I
do
get
have
my
notes. I covered the fugitive thing.
Okay.
One thing that I thought deserved at least a little bit more attention was the fact that they scaled that wall like it was nothing. No supports,
yeah.
no ropes, no nothing. They're just like, yeah, we're just
They're
gonna climb
pros.
a mile long.
What is
mountain.
this?
There they
And I'm like,
go.
what? There's someone afraid of heights. That pissed me off.
What, Levi?
That pissed me off.
Sorry,
What'd you
I'm
find,
on
Levi?
Jar Jar Studios.
I agree
don't
with
wanna
you
spoil
though,
it.
Oh.
Jack. Yeah, I don't understand how they like scaled that mountain so quickly. They're like, it's a mountain.
I mean,
I'm
they
on-
had a Bad Batch.
I'm watching the one called Luke milks the Polynesian spa meme for all it's worth.
Oh my god.
No, we're done.
I think I've seen that one, but yeah, we're done. We're done with them for now.
We're done sharing the clips. We'll tweet out our favorites later. Okay,
I
we'll
might
do a
have said
thread
this
of our
already.
favorite ones.
Put the link in the chat.
I was
Okay, I'll go grab the
absolutely
list.
I want to see Matt wants
for
to watch it.
Hunter to have like his own Vader style, like cut down of a bunch of clones with that knife.
Bunch of
Yeah, right.
cones.
A bunch of cones, man.
Cones.
There's a bunch of
Chop 'em up.
traffic cones, and he's
What-
like,
what
"I'm not
is
going through
Empire
this
gonna do with
driving
those
test
cones?
again, you
There's
son
too
of a! I'm
many.
gonna cut all these cones up, and then no one's gonna have to take a driving test."
Oh,
There you go.
I
That,
agree.
was that in your notes?
No,
I
that part
got
wasn't.
I got one more note. One more note.
Doesn't-
I love
doesn't
how
cough.
this was the introduction to TK numbers. I love how that was started.
Right.
Yes.
This episode.
What does TK stand for? Do you know? Is it just
Team
a
kill.
random? Okay, yeah,
I
team
think
kill.
it's. I think it's.
Total.
This wasn't in Legends or anything.
That was my
Legends
pants
explained
down.
No,
Yeah,
I
like
don't. I don't think it
went out of
actually
its way to
stands for
explain
anything.
every useless
Storm-
little thing.
Stormtrooper.
Scott must know.
I don't think there is
What?
anything. To my knowledge,
think
there's
it
no
is.
explanation.
I think it's literally just that's just the prefix for it, but that's always just been the standard stormtrooper that the Empire uses,
421.
that the First
Yeah,
Order
yeah.
uses.
DK421. What's your
TK421?
Um,
And then of course
So I love-
TK421's on his way to meet Tarkin. Speaking of Tarkin, hey,
there he goes.
Hey.
You think we're gonna see
Then-
Tarkin?
It's annoying,
before
though.
the
It's-
season wraps up.
Yes,
Like
but it's
Yeah.
annoying
I think
though.
so.
It's so annoying because every other like Imperial designation sense is like the shortened acronym. Like DT is Death Trooper. It's like why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
TK gets
CC
confusing.
Clone Trooper,
nothing.
CC Clone Commando.
CC
So I
Commando.
love
There's
how
absolutely
Hunter just follows. It goes over CT99s. It doesn't say what the numbers are, just CT99s, and doesn't
Like-
explain it. Doesn't explain Echo.
It's like
Um,
I do
I
think
suspect-
we see Tarkin though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going off that, I suspect that we're gonna have some kind of like end of the season like tease at a
Boba.
future character
Boba.
or something like that.
Same.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Boba.
Oi, Boba.
Would it be Vader? I don't think it'd be Vader, but would it,
I
Boba?
don't know that's-
Maul, like something like that. Like
That'd be
I don't know.
wild. I don't think that
I don't
one's
know.
needed, but that'd be
Maul
wild.
just shows up
Which
in a
one?
holocron, in a
Maul.
hologram,
Maul, I guess.
Maul.
I
and
think
just
I could see
flashes
Maul
his
being-
lightsaber
Yep.
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah. It'll solo style, just like
Mm.
come to me on Dathomir.
Do you,
Come
do you
to me,
think Boba? I
Polynesian
think
spy.
Boba
Listen,
probably
I don't
is
have
the
a
most-
ride. I need everyone to come to me. It's fine.
Come to me
Dathomir
at the
spa.
Polynesian spa.
Just
I
don't
think
tell
Boba's the most
Kenobi.
likely though.
Yeah, I think it'll be Boba. If there's
Yeah.
one. And I think there
There
will
is
be
one,
a
right?
character
Hold on,
reveal like
guys.
that.
Guys. We need to take a second and acknowledge that
Oh.
it is 7:12 and Matt is still here.
I know.
I
I
know. Where's
know.
the pizza?
Wow.
We're doing a virtual thing, and I'm 12 minutes late. for
Virtual
meetup.
pizza?
Yeah,
Virtual
virtual
pizza.
It's like
Oh,
holographic
gosh.
meatloaf.
What are you eating it on the like,
I
Daily
love
streams?
holographic meatloaf.
Holographic
We
meatloaf.
literally watched that
Again,
episode like
my
last night.
favorite.
I'm not even kidding.
holographic pizza?
Darn, that
Krabby Patty
Pike's
secret
better than mine.
formula.
All right. Right. So I
Anything
think this
else?
is the end of the day, guys. I just
Max
want to share
loves
this
this.
image that AJ baited me again. This is a live look at what I will be doing this weekend. I'm
That's-
going to buy that set. That is actually what I wear
Oh
in
wait,
real life
they're
as
coming
well.
out in
so.
2 days.
Yeah,
All
I-
right,
it's-
goggles.
apparently it's hitting shelves already, so we might just have to go to Target really quick. We'll see,
Don't
we'll
have
see,
the
we'll
money
see.
check.
for
We
I want to
can
get.
check.
I want to get the new slave one. I want that little baby ship with Boba.
Those are like showing up in like huge surplus at like Costco's. I've been seeing photos, so
Costco.
yeah, which is weird, right? Anyway,
For the
Did you know there was a
Yes, Sid's a
Costco
goner.
exclusive Grogu thing?
yeah, like plushy
Yeah.
thingies and
Yeah.
crazy.
Really?
Weird.
Toy chat.
Costco exclusive.
Max loves this.
Anyways,
But
I
like
mean, that's
I
fair.
said, that's like what I look like.
That's my
when normal
Photoshop
clothes.
skill.
This
Okay.
is her reaction to Kicks in the comic, and then that are the same picture.
Same
They
vibe.
are. It is the same vibe, guys. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely go back on our channel and watch our recap of the Star Wars Adventure 7, which is Sidon Ithano and the Pirates of the Barren Rim, a new tale of Sidon Ithano and his entire crew, including Stormtrooper. Including
Oh,
Clone
sorry.
Trooper Kicks, our favorite person in the
Yes.
world. And he
In
looks
his
so
armor.
good. He looks
Debuts
so
in his
good.
phase
new
one.
Phase 1
So
beautiful armor. If you're a
good.
fan of
Love
the
that
clones
blue
with
and red,
Kicks,
yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
It's so good, and we want more side-on stories.
So check out
everybody
our
in this
video.
chat,
Go
Buy
buy
the
it.
comic.
check out our video.
Only
Go
everywhere
up
you
to
can.
the comic.
$4.99.
I found
Spread the
one.
word.
I got the last one.
So I
yeah.
don't waste any more time.
It was the Luke and Leia cover, but like I still
Still.
have it.
Yeah.
Get it, watch it. 2 more episodes of Bad Batch. We'll be around. Thank you all new nerds. Thank you, Marauders, and goodbye.